guys, so before we jump into the news, I know my face is puffy, the eyes are still puffy from crying like the past 24 hours over my dog, but we have Beatle news to report, so I am here, but if my energy is lower than it normally would be over something like this, go watch my last video, you'll understand why. But anyway, we have news, because yesterday morning, all of a sudden, there was a thing on thebeatles.com with what seemed like a blank cassette tape, and put in your email address here for updates. So you do that, and then you get an email from them with a countdown ticker on it, leading to today. Today rolls around. We have news. Now you go to the website, and that cassette is no longer a blank cassette. It now says Now and Then on it. So see, we all knew what the hell we were talking about. Of course it's Now and Then. It wasn't going to be anything else. It had to be that. Nothing else made sense. We knew that going in. What we didn't know is that for the single version of it, the B-side on this, as much as we would have liked it to have been something like Carnival of Light, it's not. They decide to bookend it with Love Me Do. So we have the Beatles' final song bookended with the very first one, which, it's kind of a nice yin and yang. I get it. What's more interesting here, this is part of the new, updated, expanded Red and Blue album releases, which we're going to get to that in a minute. But the single itself, you can buy it as a cassette. For whatever reason, those are making a comeback. I still don't get it. I'm old enough to remember them the first time around. They weren't that great, but whatever. I get this for this particular release. It makes sense because the demo was on a cassette like that. So I get it. It's actually a nice touch for this particular one. Just for most new songs coming out, I don't understand why it's a thing. But for this one, okay, it makes perfect sense. Nice touch. Like that. So there's that. You can buy it as a vinyl single. You can buy it on black vinyl. You can buy it on colored vinyl. There's different color options of vinyl you can get it on. Similarly, you can do a 12-inch single, which also has options of black vinyl, colored vinyl, whatever the hell you want. Pretty much. There's obviously, the CD version. We've got the expanded version of Red and Blue. We've got black vinyl, we have red vinyl, we have blue vinyl, we have colored vinyl, we have multicolored vinyl. Okay, it's kind of got McCartney 3 vibes going on here, but alright, I get that they gotta make their money. Whatever, it's cool. If you're going the vinyl route, though, prepare to spend over $100 on this, so, versus if you do it on CD, it still fits onto 2 discs. The vinyl now has been expanded to 3 discs per album, but the CD was always 2 CDs for the Red and the Blue album. So there is that, but if you do it on the CD, I think it's $30 per album, so for both of them it's 60-ish together, so we know which one I'm gonna do. Good on you if you want the vinyl ones, but I don't have that kind of money to just whip around. But the interesting thing is looking at the updated track listing. So the Daily Beatle went through and they asterisked the ones that have been added in. Now what I have not yet gone through and done is compared this to the old version of Red and Blue to see did they drop anything, because I have a feeling they probably did. So let me see if I can do that on my computer at the same time here, because I think that would be interesting to look at. Because admittedly, I never had the Red album. I had the Blue album. I could even grab it right now and compare that to this, but it'd be easier just to Google it. So, Beatles Red album original track listing. Here we go. It's loading Wikipedia. Technical difficulties. Alright, so where is the track list? Okay, so now I've got that up and right here. So, the one that's coming out has on CD1 we have Love Me Do. That's the same. Please Please Me. That was there before. I Saw Her Standing There got added in. Twist and Shout got added in. From Me to You, that was already there. She Loves You, that was already on it. I Want to Hold Your Hand, that was on it. They added in This Boy, which makes me very happy. They have All My Loving, which was already there. They added in Roll Over Beethoven and You Really Got a Hold on Me. Can't Buy Me Love, that was on the original. You Can't Do That got added in, and man, if that had been there originally, I would have pretty much demanded to have owned the Red Album as a kid, because that was like my favorite early Beatles years song for the longest time, so that's pretty cool that they added that in. So then there's Hard Day's Night, and I Love Her, 8 Days a Week, I Feel Fine, Ticket to Ride, Yesterday, all of that, same track listing as it had been before. CD2. Still comparing. Looks like they're not dropping things. That's good. That's good. CD2 starts with Help, which it already had, but now we have like a 2023 mix of it, so it's gonna somehow be different. Hopefully not in a bad way. There's a lot of 2022 and 2023 mixes that I'm noticing in parentheses on these. I actually didn't notice that on disc one, but they're there for it too. You've really got, misreading. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, We Can Work It Out, Day Tripper, Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, Nowhere Man, Michelle, In My Life. That is literally all stuff that's identical to the original, but then we finally have some variation. If I Needed Someone got added in, so that's nice. Girl is there. Apparently that was originally there too. I did not know that. Paperback Writer, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine. Those were all originally there. But then the whole rest of it got added. Because they added in Taxman, Got to Get You Into My Life, I'm Only Sleeping Here, There, and Everywhere, and Tomorrow Never Knows. It's like, oh, okay. Interesting. I like it. So where is the other album? Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, that's why I'm only seeing red. How about blue? Where'd it go? Oh, because I Googled Red Album. Duh. I'm not all the way awake yet, guys. My mind is kind of scattered at the moment, so just hang with me, hang with me. Okay. Here's the wiki page for the Blue Album. Although, glancing it over, it looks like it's pretty close to what it originally was, actually. So, we've got Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Sgt. Pepper, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Those were all the same as they were before. But they added in Within You Without You. It's like, alright, interesting choice to add, but alright. Not the one I would have chosen, but I guess we gotta have our George representation somewhere. A Day in the Life, All You Need Is Love, I Am the Walrus, Hello Goodbye, Fool on the Hill, Magical Mystery Tour, Lady Madonna, Hey Jude, and Revolution. All of those, same as they were on the original. Like I said, they've only added one song to disc 1 of the Blue Album. But disc 2 is where it starts getting interesting. So it still starts with Back in the USSR, but they added in Dear Prudence. We still have While My Guitar Gently Weeps and Obla Di Obla Da next, but then they added Glass Onion, Blackbird, and Hey Bulldog, which I'm like, again, had this originally been on it, back when I was a kid, I would have lost my shit. Because Hey Bulldog always was my favorite song from Yellow Submarine anyway. Okay, so we still have Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, Ballad of John and Yoko, Old Brown Shoe, Here Comes the Sun, Come Together, Something, Octopus's Garden. But then they added in Oh Darling and I Want You, She's So Heavy. Still has Let It Be and Across the Universe. They added in I Me Mine. It used to end with Long and Winding Road, which is obviously still there, but now it ends with Now and Then. So, interesting expanded version, really. I'm kind of stoked about the way that they approached that. I think they did a good job with what they've added to it. If I could have just chimed in at all, though, which I realize, why would I get to, but just throwing my 2 cents out there. Given that it now ends with Now and Then, I would have also thrown on Freeze a Bird and Real Love leading up to it in that little segment there. But that's just me. I think that would have been a nice touch, seeing as the original Red and Blue album, those two songs hadn't yet come out. Anthology came after that release by a long shot. So I think since Now and Then was also recorded during the Anthology sessions, they just never completed it until now, it would have been a nice way to bookend this updated version with all three of those together as the trilogy that they were originally intended to be. Well, they didn't do that, so oh well, but just saying, that's what I would have done. There was speculation that maybe they would have. I would have put money on it that it would logically make sense, but alas, they did not. But that's okay. That's okay, but yeah, so it comes out on, I think they said the 2nd. Let me double check that real quick. Let's see. Does it say it on this post or the other? It's the other one that's got it. Okay. No, it must have been this one. Where the hell is it? Okay. So, where'd we go? So Now and Then will be released worldwide at 2 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Works out good for me. It'll be right around the time I get up. Perfect. On November 2nd. And I believe they said on November 1st there's going to be a 12-minute documentary leading up to its release about Now and Then. So that's kind of cool. They have a little teaser trailer that's been posted already. I saw it on Paul's Instagram this morning. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm excited to hear it. I know a lot of people seem to be pretty about it, but I want to hear it anyway. I mean, it's significant. It's the final track. I think it's significant enough to be excited one way or the other. Even if it turns out to not be that great, I don't care. I just want to hear this thing. As I'm sure many of you guys want to too at this point. So, there you go. That is the update we have been waiting for literally months at this point. Don't know why it took them this long to give it to us, but here you go. So, I predicted it correctly that before the month is out we would get that announcement. I was also correct that we would get this before, like, Black Friday shopping and everything, so it would be in time for holiday shopping. Called it. Totally called it. So anyway, guys, that's it for this one. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.